Hey everyone! In this video today, I want to show you all how to make this crisscross chevron friendship bracelet. It's a very simple pattern that brings a super unique twist on a regular chevron. You can see that the colors meet in the middle just like a regular chevron, but you have this sort of element here that brings a little bit more excitement to an otherwise super basic pattern. That being said, if you're a bit more on the beginner side, this actually might be pretty easy for you as well. So if you want to learn how to make this bracelet, then keep on watching. So for this pattern in particular, you are going to need 12 strings and 6 colors, which means you will need 2 strings for each color. You can see I have opted for a rainbow pattern just like I did for this one here. Of course, you can use whatever color palette you would like. This pattern also doesn't really eat up too much string, so I'd say go for about 35 inches for each individual string. Also keep in mind that whatever order you want your chevron to go in, your crisscross is going to go in the opposite direction. So you can see here, I wanted my crisscross to be the one that was in the correct order, but you can also see then that my chevron is purple to red. So that is one thing you want to keep in mind when you are laying out your strings. We're starting from the middle and going outwards, so that means you want to order your strings from the middle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And doing it this way will this time make my crisscross go in a backwards order, making my chevron be in the normal order. And like I said, we are starting from the middle, so if you do want to make a triangle end, this bracelet will work perfect for that because it's going to open it up. But if you don't want to make that, you can just use an overhand knot with simple ties and start it the exact same way. It's really up to you. This pattern is very easy to memorize because it is extremely repetitive. So for the first step, we are going to take our middle 2 strands, whatever color that is for you, and just tie a forward knot with the 2 strings. And then we are going to bring both of these middle strings to the outermost left and right side. So starting with the left string of your middle 2, you're going to do backward knots onto the next 5 of your strings here to bring it over to the outermost left side. And if you're not doing a shape start, I advise sort of making these knots a bit looser and trying to tie them in that upside down V shape as best as you can, because it'll make it easier to form up the rest of the pattern as you go down. And if you want to, you can also just use your nail to push those knots downwards. And if you made them loose enough, that'll be a lot easier to do. And then we're going to come back to the middle and pick up the right strand of those 2. And this time, we're going to do forward knots on all of these 5 strings to the right of it to bring it over to the outermost right side. And then once we have that, we are going to use the rest of our 5 colors to do our chevron. So with our second color, we first need to tie a forward knot. So when we do the rest of the colors with the chevron, we'll have something to, knot into towards the middle. And then you'll want to pick up your third color. You want to bring them to the middle. So on the left here, we just need to do 1 forward knot, And then on the right side, we do a backward knot onto the string to the left of it. And then, like a regular chevron, you want to connect these two middle strands, and I'm doing a forward knot here. And you're going to repeat this process with the rest of your colors. So we're going to take our fourth color in line, starting on the left side. This time you're going to do 2 forward knots onto these next 2 strings to bring it to the middle. And then on the right side, take that same color and do 2 backward knots onto the next 2 strings to bring it to the middle. And then again, connect your middle 2 strands with a forward knot. And repeat that with your 5th and 6th color. Connect your middle 2 strands with a forward knot. And then your 6th color. And then, yet again, connect your middle 2 strands with a forward knot. Now this is where our chevron becomes a little bit different because we are going to make room for the next colored crisscross. So go ahead and take your group of strings on the right here, which will be your 6 colors, and just put them off to the side so that we can just focus on the left for now. First, we are going to take our outermost left strand, and we're actually only going to do forward knots onto the next 4 of our strings to the right of it. So this middle strand of the 2 here actually can just be thrown off to the side as well, and you will just do your 4 forward knots. And then once you have that, you can actually put this working strand off to the side as well, because on the left and right side, we're sort of decreasing our knots as we go down. So now you're going to take your newest outermost left strand, and we are only going to do forward knots onto the next 3 strings to the right of it. And then again, put that working strand off to the side, pick up your newest outermost left strand, and this time you'll just do 2 forward knots onto the next 2 strings. And then put that string off to the side, and then finally with our newest outermost left strand, we will do 1 forward knot to complete the left side. And then we are going to do these exact steps on the right side, but this time mirroring them. So go ahead and pick up this group of 6 on the left side and just kind of tuck them off to the side so that we can now only focus on the right. And like before, if you want to take your middle strand of the 2 and put it off to the side as well, that might be a bit helpful because we are not knotting onto it. So now take your outermost right strand and do backward knots onto the next 4 strings to the left of it. And if you want to, go ahead and put that string off to the side since we won't be knotting onto it in the next step. Take your newest outermost right strand and now just do 3 backward knots onto the next 3 strings to the left of it. Put that working strand off to the side and then come back to your newest outermost right strand. And this time just do 2 backward knots onto the next 2 strings. And then finally, take your newest outermost right strand, and this time you are just doing a backward knot onto the 1 string we have left. And that is how you do this whole crisscross chevron pattern. Each set is very small and quick to work up, which means this bracelet should be pretty easy and quick to work up as well. The colors will now be in a different order because this is a color changing pattern like you can see here. And also, if you do want to watch this video again to follow along the second or third or however many times, I do want to say that when you start over, you will skip the very first step ever, which is joining your middle 2 strands, because we've already done that when we did the chevron portion, so you can skip that step and then just continue on bringing your strings outward, doing the chevron, etc. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this super quick tutorial today. This is a super fun take on a chevron that almost looks fishbone-y as well, but it's just super unique, and I hope you enjoy making this one too. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next one.